Hey there, welcome to the DECKED full-size drawer system installation video. Thanks for joining us. We're gonna make this already pretty simple process that much easier for you because nothing sucks worse than bad instructions and crappy videos. But your job is still to read the damned instructions. I find it really helpful, and you're gonna find it helpful too if you take everything out of the box, unpack it, and lay it flat on the floor, get your hardware kit nice, neat, and organized, get your eyes on everything. And also it really helps for me to create a point of reference as I'm putting this together. I usually try to visualize the process starting at my feet, being at the tailgate end, and then building it out from there. So you don't mix up your lefts and rights with some of these parts and pieces and get halfway through and blow a gasket. We do tell you, be careful using power tools. It really helps, it makes the process go faster. So if you decide to use power tools, what you wanna do is use a screw gun like this that actually has an adjustable clutch. So you can set the clutch down into the bottom third so you don't blow any of the plastic inserts out, and set the speed to slow. On this drill, it's a 1 or a 2, so set it on 1. That'll just save you some grief in the end. We do provide some spare inserts, but you only get 4, and so 4 strikes and you're out. That's it, so enjoy, and we'll see you on the other end. To get this job done, you're gonna need a 7/16 wrench or socket, a 3/8 socket, a 3/8 wrench or adjustable wrench, a 3/16 and a 7/32 hex key, a trusted friend with a weak mind and a strong back, and depending on your specific vehicle, you might need a couple of extra common tools, so refer to your particular instructions. So prep the bed. To begin, some vehicles require installing bed shims or replacing bed tie downs. If your instructions tell you to follow these steps, well, follow them. For the purposes of today's video, we're gonna skip ahead and get on to the business at hand. Step 1, arrange your arrangement. Imagine your truck bed is on the ground, the cab side is furthest away from you. Set down the center vert with the axle at the tailgate end or at your feet. Take your left and right side assemblies and lay them out on either side of the center vert. Make sure that the tailgate axles are located at the same end as your center vert axle. Very important. Make sure that the nuts and bolts connecting the cab side support feet and tie-down brackets to the C-channel are tight, and that the tie-down brackets are plumb and level to the tops of the C-channel. Now take a moment and check that the tailgate end support feet and C-channel attachments are loose enough that they can be maneuvered. Loosen them slightly if needed. Take the driver's side deck panel, locating the sticker on the panel, and place it on the driver's side with the sticker at the tailgate end. Align the threaded inserts in the corner feet to the mounting holes in the deck panel. Grab 6 bolts from the hardware bag, labeled bolts, and install 3 bolts tightly into each foot, connecting the panel to the side assembly. You may need to jimmy the tailgate foot so it aligns with the threaded inserts. Repeat this process for the passenger side of the system. Now go back and tighten the nuts and bolts, connecting the C-channel and the feet at the tailgate end of the system. Do not attach the center vert to the deck panels. Take a second, stretch your hamstrings. Step number 2, ring in the new you. We've made life easier by integrating D-ring tie-downs into the deck panel. The 4 provided D-rings may be installed in any of the 8 locations on the deck, depending on your preference. Typically, most sane people choose the 4 corners. Install D-rings flat side down, starting with the silver spacer, then the D-ring, then the small black washer, all finally tightened down with a large black bolt. Tighten fully with 3/16" hex wrench. Repeat this step in all 4 corners. Unused tie-down locations will receive a simple bolt and washer. Additional tie-downs can be purchased on our website for an easy upgrade. Step number 3, adorn your drawers. Grab the hardware bag labeled drawer hardware. Each drawer has a left and right side wheel bracket. Place the brackets into the corners of the drawers like this. Install 2 3/4" bolts in the bottom bracket holes and finger tighten the nylon lock nuts. Install the long 1.5" bolt into the top mounting hole on the back of the drawer and secure with a nut. Now get nutty and tighten all them nuts. Use the remaining 2 3/4" bolts for each side and install the tube brace into the drawer brackets. Grab the 4 larger wheels, 2 per drawer, and install them with a 7/32 hex wrench into each drawer bracket. Now take a moment and flex for your neighbors. Step number 4, the love handle. All right, big timer, we did one handle for you, but you have to install the other on your own. From the face of the drawer, grab the red spring which goes on the right-hand side. Red equals right. Geez, aren't we clever? Hold the spring with the straight leg pointing down and the bent leg pointing to your left horizontally. Holding the spring in this orientation, slide it up into the cavity on the right side of the handle slot. While holding the spring up into place, take the clevis pin and slide it into place so that it grabs the spring and just starts to poke out of the spring cavity. You might have to tap it gently into place with a hammer. Repeat this step with the other side, holding the silver spring with the straight leg pointing down and the bent leg pointing to your right. Once both springs are in place and held securely by the clevis pin, take the handle, press it in at an angle into the back of the handle pocket and rotate it up and into place so that it grabs both spring arms in the little notches. As you rotate it into place, the springs will be put under pressure. Finish sliding the clevis pins through the handle and out the other side. Secure the clevis pins in place with the included hairpins. Check to make sure that the handle is under tension and pops back and forth into place. Really snappy. If it's a limp handle, check your handle work, buddy, and try again. Step number 5, it's install time. Grab the cab side closeout panel and hook the center vert tabs into the closeout panel. Snap it into place by pushing down on the center vert to engage the tabs and slots. Place the center vert assembly into the bed of your truck with a T at the cab side end. Here you may want to go fetch your trusty friend and have them help you. Mine seemed to have wandered off while filming, but we did find them later. Take a minute to inspect the gasket both in the center vert and the deck panel, ensuring that they're in place and not slipping out or out of place. Walk the assembly into place towards the cab and seat it, taking care to make sure that the cab side closeout, aka the T, is fully seated underneath the cab side portion of the deck panel. Press the zigzag onto the center vert, making sure that the gaskets remain in place and do not get folded over. Install the driver's side deck panel assembly in the same manner. Connect the center vert to the deck panels using the correct number of bolts for your truck from the bolts bag, taking care not to cross thread or strip out the center vert bosses. Step number 6, drop in your drawers. Slide both drawers into position. Either have a friend hold the drawer up for you or jam a piece of 2x4 under the one side of the drawer. Do this step without the weather strip on the drawer lip. Install the 4 little wheels under your drawers, screwing them into the axles using a 7/32 hex wrench. Now I suggest performing 2 karate high kicks. Step number 7, put the mustard on the dog. Install the ruler with 4 3/16 hex drive screws. Do not over torque these, torque boy, just get them good and snug. Position the torsion brace so that the side with the holes is facing you and the side without holes slides underneath the system. Slide the top of the cod piece under the tab on the center vert. Hold said cod piece in place and install 2 1" by 3/8 hex head screws through the cod piece and the torsion brace. Loosely tighten this for now. Attach the torsion brace ends with the same hex screws, leaving them slightly loose. Now check to make sure everything is nice and straight. Once you like what you've got, go back and tighten all 4 of these screws down firmly. Install the drawer lock plugs or drawer locks if you purchase these now. For instructions on how to install locks, refer to the video deck.com/install locks. Finally, install the weather strips. Take care that these are installed with the angled blade pointing towards the cab of the truck. Do not screw this up. Installing the weather strips backwards will cause them to funnel water in your drawers, not keep the water out. Step 8, turnbuckle wrestling. Find your respective turnbuckles. There are 3 different lengths of turnbuckles possible depending on your rig, so take a minute to identify where each length goes, which can vary depending on your fitment. Set the jam nuts to the outermost position on the turnbuckle. Set the distance that each side of the turnbuckle is tightened to equal. Now adjust the turnbuckle to the approximate correct length by grasping each end and holding firmly as you rotate the take-up to adjust the length. Take a moment to straighten and center the entire system in your bed. The reference point is a rib or trough where it intersects with the center vert. True center is not measured from the sides as truck beds are frequently not perfectly square. Identify the correct pass-through on the tie-down bracket connected to the C channel from your instructions. Hook one end of the turnbuckle to this bracket and then hook it through your bed tie-down. Rotate the take-up to tighten the turnbuckle. Just get them snug at this point in all 4 corners. Take another second to make sure your system is centered in the bed. Once you're satisfied, go around and tighten each corner. Get each turnbuckle as tight as you possibly can by hand, then take a screwdriver or a wrench and tighten the turnbuckle no more than 1 full turn. With a 3/8" wrench or an adjustable wrench, tighten the jam nuts against the turnbuckle take-up, locking it in place so it will not loosen. Now slap yourself high five. Install the stash bins where and how you like them. Install your 4 stash bin lids. Install the stash bin plugs or locks and weather caps if you purchase these. All right, there you go. You did it, partner. Way to go. If you're still sober, you're probably better than us. That was a full-size drawer system installation video. Hope it made sense to you. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to hit us up, whether it's an email or a chat or a DM or a phone call. We're here to help, and hope you enjoy your new drawer system. Hey there, deckers. Welcome to another riveting how to install your deck product video. In this video, we will cover the step-by-step instructions to install the 8-foot load floor into your truck bed to complete the package with the 8-foot drawer system. Just a couple things to note before we get too carried away here. For this install, it'll be easiest to install the load floor first and the drawer system second. But if you already have a drawer system installed in your truck bed, don't freak out, don't sweat it. You'll be totally fine just dropping the load floor parts into the gap, but you may need to loosen your turnbuckles a little to create some extra shimmy space. Second, it's totally cool to use power tools. They're totally awesome. But if you do, make sure you're using modern cordless screw gun type tools with a clutch and a speed setting. Set the speed to the slow speed and the clutch in the bottom third of the torque range settings. This is important. It'll prevent you from overdoing it and torquing an insert out of the composite material. And finally, don't go rogue. Read the damn instructions and just take your time. To begin, if you're installing a drawer system into your 8-foot truck for the first time with the load floor kit, dig into the hardware kit from the drawer system and install the cab side tie downs from the drawer system into the bed before you get started. That's gonna make it way easier for you in the end. That's about it. Let's dive in and get started. Step number 1, get your feet on the ground. Arrange the 4 feet on the ground in front of you like this. For reference, the tabs will be placed on the tailgate end of the assembly. Place a C-channel on each foot. Place them such that the slotted holes are on the same side as the tabs on the feet. Step 2, channel your energy. Start by installing a deck tie-down bracket on the 2 outer feet. Place it so that the loops are pointed away from the tabs on the outbound feet. Install a 1-inch bolt through the top hole through the C-channel, support foot, and the deck tie-down bracket. The flange nut goes on the tie-down side and the bolt goes on the other. Repeat for the bottom hole, and then repeat on the other side. Connect the 2 inside feet and C-channels with 2 2-inch long bolts and flange nuts in the top holes as shown. Step 3, get your panel on. With the tabs on the tailgate end of the assembly, the driver's side will be on your left, passenger on your right. Position the driver's side load panel on the left side of the load floor and align the mounting holes. Place a passenger side load panel on the apparatus and align the mounting holes as well. Loosely attach the load panels to the feet using the dog point screws in the hardware kit. You can tell by looking at the tips of the screws as they are tapered to prevent cross-threading. You're very welcome. This will align all the parts and pieces for the torsion brace install in the next step. Move to the side of the load floor which does not have the tabs. On the bottom of the feet, you will see that there are some bump-ins with depressions for screws in them. Take your torsion brace and press it against the feet, sliding a rectangular spacer between the torsion brace and the foot. Align the center holes on the torsion brace to the spacers on the center feet, placing the torsion brace as shown with return pointing to you. Install 1-inch plastite screws through the center torsion brace holes and into the feet. Cuidado, amigo. These are thread cutting screws and will bite into the polymer, so don't over tighten lest they wish to strip out the holes and screw this whole operation up. Step number 3, this is your support team. Take a minute and make sure that the support feet are plumb. Install the last 2 remaining plastite screws into the outer feet. Now install the upper torsion brace with the 1-inch bolts and flange nuts. The return will be facing you on this one as well. Install the center nuts and bolts first, just like you did below. Align the center holes and push the C-channel up against the underside of the panel and fasten with a 1-inch bolt with flange nut inside the C-channel. Repeat with the other center nut and bolt. Fasten the ends of the upper torsion brace to the C-channel in the same manner with the 1-inch nut and bolt. Step number 4, it's truck time. Start by removing the passenger side panel and the 2 center driver side bolts. Hoist this bad boy up into your truck. As we mentioned earlier, if your drawer system is already in your rig, it ain't the end of the world. Just drop this hunk of manualness into that gap up there. Drop the passenger side panel onto the assembly. Place 1 connector washer into each oblong center bolt depression and reinstall the center and passenger deck dog point bolts. Tighten until snug. And like always, Torque Boy, don't over tighten these, just get them good and snug. Go back and tighten all the dog point bolts on the driver's side. And please don't go ham on these either. Snug is the drug. Anchors away, we're getting close. The turnbuckles are installed through the access ports or from below the panels, whichever is your pleasure. If you already have the drawers installed, you'll have to figure out which one is best. Center to the assembly in your bed. Set the turnbuckle jam nuts to their outermost position. Match the lengths of each threaded end of the turnbuckle. Adjust turnbuckles by holding each hook in a hand and then tighten or loosen by rotating the take-up without allowing hooks to rotate, like this. Hook one side of the turnbuckle through the deck tie-down bracket and the other end onto the factory cabside tie-down. Tighten by rotating the take-up. There is a small R stamped on the turnbuckle to help identify which end is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This will save you a lot of grief. Once you like how the system is centered, tighten completely by hand until the turnbuckles no longer wiggle. Then, tighten the jam nuts up against the take-up firmly. Install the stash bins, stash bin lids, and access lids. All right, nice work. You got that load floor in there. You're ready to start on step 2. So continue with the drawer system install. The instructions are in the drawer system hardware box. Or if you've already done the drawer system, it's time to celebrate yourself with a cold one and a high five to whomever might be within arm's length. You did a big timer. If you have any questions or issues with your install or any deck products, we're here to help. Reach out to our customer experience team and they'll get you dialed in. Or you can leave a comment in this video, hit us up on the socials, send us an email, a smoke signal, mental telepathy, whatever it takes, we're here to help. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're already a deck customer, thank you for being a part of our crew. And if you're on the fence about dropping in on an 8-foot drawer system or any other deck product, hopefully this helped push you over the edge. We look forward to working with you. And thanks again for tuning in.